Awesome.
All right. So Terry, it sounds like to me that your primary product is really the seminars, and then your consulting. Is that correct?
Again, I'm a real estate investor. I look at houses, I look at notes, I do seminars, I do consultations. I had a lawyer call me today. He has a problem with his house, and he was talking to me about the note process. I told him, I said, hey, look, I'll charge you $300 to do what I do. And it made me feel good that a lawyer was looking at my material, and I get to charge him instead of him charging me. So I have yeah, I do various things, and it just depends on the individual. But yes, I do train, and my biggest part right now is that I work with other people that have capital. That way I don't have to use my capital, Steve.
Makes sense. Use other people's money.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, I have the knowledge. I mean, it's like Trump. Does Trump use his money?
Never.
You know,
no.
Never. He's smart. People want to associate him, so that's what I want to be.
So who do you think is a good candidate right now to get into this kind of stuff?
To buy notes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's someone that has some capital. Someone that, again, is sitting there and their 401k is doing terrible. Their self-directed IRA is doing terrible. They're not getting any return from the bank. They're looking at their retirement and said, hey, we're not going to have enough money when we get to that certain point. These notes are excellent cash flow, and if sometimes the owner doesn't want it, then you got a property that you can go in and you can rent it, you can lease it, you could owner finance it, you can sell it. So it's a way of making a good return on your investment.
And then if they don't know the business, they could always actually get in touch with you or somebody like you to help them, because they have the money, which they're not making anything on, so they want to make something on their money. So if they get somebody like you, and you need them, they need you.
Exactly. Even the stock market, it's not doing that great. So, we all need some capital to live on when we get to that certain age. And what happens is, because of this economic crisis, a lot of people have lost. They're behind. They're not where they want to be. They're working till, what are they putting Social Security or retirement up to 70, 75? They're going to keep extending it out. So, again, real estate has made more millionaires. I love real estate. It's been really good to me. And right now, in the debt market that we're in, where everybody's upside down, you got to buy the debt at a discount. That's how you make money in real estate.
So how do you think, so if somebody is watching this and says, okay, so I have some money in my 401k, and I'm willing to take a risk to get into this business, how long does it take for them to get good enough on an average to make it a full-time job?
I can't answer that. Everybody's different, but I will say this. The main thing you have to do is be educated. So when they come to me for training, I make sure they know what they're doing. The problem is with people, they lose on what they don't know. Okay, I teach them every aspect of the business. I show them case studies. I go back and forth with them to make sure they know what they're doing. I never leave them alone. And the way I do real estate, it's really hard to lose if you buy correctly. Again, the numbers are simple. She owes $100,000. It's worth $50,000. It's upside down. But I can buy for $20,000. Okay, I can buy for $20,000. That leaves plenty of room in case something goes wrong. Ninan may file bankruptcy. Ninan may do some damage to the property. I still have enough room to
you
make
still have enough
profit.
Yeah, you'd have enough equity there to be able to save what you put in there plus and make a profit. Yeah,
Exactly.
And you would never buy anywhere unless you can make a profit.
That's the whole game. That's the whole game. So with notes, it's really simple. The bank says, hey, I don't want $20,000, we need $50,000. We have no deal.
Yeah.
Now, let me
So would we call this, would we call this like capitalism at its best?
It really is. When you learn
Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
Yes. It is the best. I have not. I love it. I'm a lamp.
I have to laugh. You're right, though.
It is. And you know what's really interesting out of all this is the average person can do it. You don't need a license. You just need to be educated. Again, I'm telling the audience, this is 95% what people don't know. You never go to a cocktail party and somebody's saying, hey, I'm the banker. I own mortgage notes. I give cash flow. Everybody wants to be a landlord. Everybody's a flipper. Before the mortgage meltdown, if you had equity, anybody can make money with equity. But we're in a debt market. Homeowners are like, wow, what can we do? We're upside down. They're stuck. So I hope this is a solution that can help homeowners, okay? Because, again, my heart really goes out. I lost my house to foreclosure. I know what it's like to be on the couch, not being able to make your payments. I couldn't get up, but something forced me up. And now when I work with homeowners, I tell them, hey, look, I lost my house to foreclosure. I know what you're going through. I know what you feel like. I know it hurts. Let me help you. And it's all legal. It's all civil code. They can check with their lawyers if the lawyers know what I do. And it's just legal. I love it.
If it's legal, you're doing the right thing, and you're also helping a tremendous amount of people out there, which is really the main thing that you want to do. So and I just think that's a beautiful thing out there. But the funny thing is, when you think about it, everybody really needs a home. Everybody has to live somewhere.
Exactly. You know what? People are always going through challenges. They got
always something going on. There's always something happening.
And that's life. That's what my mentor told me. He says, Terry, if you get involved in a foreclosure business, you'll have enough business for yourself, for your kids, your grandkids, because people are always up and down. They're always adjusting. I'll tell you one story real quick. I had a client. I bought their note. I knocked on their door. They were $7,800 behind their payment. They told me that they lost their job, but now they're back working again. They didn't have $7,800, which most people don't. We just have barely enough money to get by each and every month, paycheck to paycheck. For some people, it's unemployment check to unemployment check. So I told them, hey, forget the $7,800. Just start making your monthly payment. They loved me. They wrote me testimonial letter thanking me. I was their lifeline. I go to bed, sleep good at night. Made a great return.
That's why you've got so much energy.
And by the way, those big 5 banks that you were talking about, they will never knock on their customers' doors trying to help them out.
Well, because they're not in the business. But they're all losing their credit rating anyway. They're all getting like their credit rating for banks is going very, very, very low. Banks are really, really in trouble, especially in Europe. Their credit ratings are going so low that now they have to put more money up front to stay open. So guess what's going to happen? Unless they get bailed out and they got more money coming in, you're going to see an awful lot of banks closing down.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not at the bottom.
No, we're not at the bottom with the banks, not at all.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more pain. I hate to say it, but the thing of it is, we got to keep living. You know what? No one expected to lose their job. You know, when you signed that mortgage, you signed to make the payments when times were good. Now all of a sudden, the economy's hit, and it's turned people's lives upside down, and people are feeling guilty about it. Guess what? You didn't agree to sign the note in a bad economy when your house is upside down. You know, don't blame yourself. You got to protect your family, do what's best for you, and move on.
I think that's a good message for our audience out there, that it isn't their fault, and don't feel guilty about it, but just obviously do the best you can and take responsibility, and however you can get out of your mess, get out of it. But